Um, one of the things, and so here's where, for listeners, the thrust of this conversation is going to go. And one of the cool things about these conversations is we do a little bit of prep time before we hit the record button. And Leah and I had actually a really, really good conversation. In fact, when we connected a few weeks back to even talk about doing this, we talked a lot about the need for more mentorship and sponsorship in the industry, especially for women. And so that's going to be a big thrust of this conversation today. And I think Leah's going to have some pretty incredible insights about this. But Leah, why don't you start by just talking about kind of your experience and why you were so passionate about giving more women within the industry and even within your own firm, not just a voice, but a seat at the table.
When I was a TPA, I was surrounded by women in our office. We were heavily female dominated, and yet there really wasn't a lot of leadership within our organization. We had a manager who was female, but ultimately there wasn't a lot of leading. It was a lot of, here are the rules, and we need to make sure we all follow them. And for the most part, we were a very solid team from that perspective. But there wasn't a whole lot of development in terms of how to accelerate your career, how to look for other career opportunities, how to build on just general skill sets. It was, here's the job, meet these deadlines, do it well, and we'll give you, a little bit of money along the way for it. When I went to Shepherd, it was, and moving into the financial consulting on the investment side of things, it was a completely different world. I was the only girl, it felt like, in most of the rooms. I was constantly playing catch up in terms of learning the investment consulting side of this business. And I was having conversations with so many people, particularly men, and I don't think I was ever getting eye contact. I was being overlooked, and it was something that I realized very quickly. I can sit quietly behind the scenes and hope to be noticed, or I can try to do something about it. And so I fought very hard to become, all I wanted to do was become a partner at Shepherd Financial. And it cost me so many hours of work, so many weekends gone, just doing everything I possibly could to grab somebody's attention. I just thought if I could be the absolute best, bring in the most business, service our clients, add additional services to our model, make us a presence, that somehow I get this breakthrough. But ultimately, the reason I broke through is because of both sponsors and mentors of mine that really helped me along the way, because I feel like no matter how good you are, it is true. It is all about who you know. You have to know something, but it's so much more important to know people who can help you get there. And which is why I do feel pretty passionate now as somebody who has reached a lot of my own goals, still reaching for others, but it is definitely something that I know I could not have gotten there on my own. And how can I return those favors or help others reach their goals along the way? And especially as a woman, we are told to follow the rules and to make sure that we're staying in line, and we don't really feel all the time we're encouraged to think outside of the box or to stretch beyond what the task at hand might be. I think oftentimes it's because women are overloaded with so many other things going on, but taking that time for yourself and really promoting yourself and figuring out what can I do to further my value and my goals is, generally speaking, so far down the totem pole. That's why we're not very good at it.